Hello, welcome to your weekly Pick Your Crystal reading here at Soulprint. This is for the week of January 28th through February 3rd. We're kind of rocking the pastel colors here. So we have this tumbled amethyst, so we're calling this purple, rose quartz, we're calling it pink, and this lovely sort of minty green, we're calling it green. So pick one, two, or all three crystals. See which one is resonating with you or calling out. And let's get started, shall we? Here we go. Okay, we're going to start with this lovely it's almost a mauvey color. It's a very soft color. All right, we're starting off with the Knight of Swords, the Hierophant, the Five of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. Okay. So here we go. So the Knight of Swords can often be about, things moving quickly. Sometimes it might even feel chaotic. There's a little bit of this sort of charging ahead kind of feeling or energy. Hierophant tends to be about higher, or the height of certain organizations. So it very often is the church. It can be the education system. It can be schools. It can be the government. It can be religion. The Five of Wands is an energy of it. It's not fighting. It's just more like conflict or quarreling. It's maybe a sense of competition. And then the Eight of Wands is about rapid communication, rapid information coming along. So what we have here is, let's say, for example, that there was or has been a rush to get perhaps some documentation done, some legal work created. And in order to do that, it needed to be filed or, deferred to somebody at a higher level. Perhaps there is some confusion or discrepancy. Perhaps there is some squabbling going on within a group of people in terms of how things should be handled or how things should be done. Ultimately, you end up getting the information you need, the guidance you need, so you're able to move forward, fairly quickly and fairly rapidly with the new information that you have. So the energy of this really is about recognizing that you know what? Honestly, it feels a little bit like hurry up and wait and then hurry up. Um, because you've got this sort of push for, movement going forward. You have this almost like deferral, if you will, to a higher source. Then you have this sense of competition or conflict. And then again, things moving ahead very, very rapidly. So the overall message is that things are going to move quickly and quite easily. There may be a period where it's necessary to talk things out, kind of sort stuff out, try to streamline some details. This could even be a situation where communications just get muddled or mixed up, particularly if these communications are taking place in any way at a distance. Let's say, for example, you are in the process of completing some sort of a legal transaction. It could be that there is a miscommunication or all of the forms don't get filed, or it's that kind of, it's not a big thing, but it's just going to require sort of stepping back and, just double confirming, double checking, and knowing that once that happens, then it's going to be sort of all steam ahead again. And so literally, hurry up, wait, hurry up. That's the energy of this. So if you have things going on in your life that are kind of reflecting that energy, the message ultimately is it's going to be okay. You're going to get through it, and things are going to continue to move forward the way they need to and the way they should, and the information that you are going to be requiring or looking for is going to be coming forward in a way that is really going to um, you know, create that forward movement. So if there's a delay, if there's a slowdown, if there's some confusion, just ride your way through it and know that ultimately everything starts moving forward again in a positive and helpful way. Alrighty, look at this rose quartz pink, and here we go. Okay, we're starting off with the Fool, Temperance, the Page of Swords, and the Three of Pentacles. Okay. So, as we know, the Fool is kind of that energy of taking a leap of faith. Sometimes it can be about, making a foolish decision or a foolish choice. You know, stepping into something without getting all of the facts or all of the details. Because the Fool is interestingly followed by Temperance, the message literally within these two cards is like, well, okay, if you're going to take that leap of faith, make sure it's balanced, right? Or if you feel that you have made a foolish decision, or you've gone kind of down kind of an avenue that you didn't want to. Temperance is there to remind you to keep things in balance. So even if something has gone on that has created a feeling of, making the wrong choices or a foolish choice, keep that in perspective. Keep your balance on that, because, sometimes we tend to be our own worst critics. And sometimes we need to take those blind leaps of faith. And sometimes we then need to be reminded to just keep everything in perspective. Because sometimes when we take these leaps of faith, we're so wrapped up and we're so excited that we've kind of not really paying attention to our footing, if you will. So this is about, even though there is this sort of rush and push of new energy, it's important to keep perspective and keep your balance. The Page of Swords is here to tell you that, listen, you may be experiencing some delays. There could be some minor, setbacks. This could, you might end up getting some news that doesn't exactly thrill you. But ultimately, with the help of friends, with support, after this delay or this disappointment, you really are going to see that things start moving forward for you in a way that is very helpful and very successful. So, maybe you've decided to start a new business, or maybe you're going to turn a hobby into a bit of a cottage industry. Maybe you have decided to rather spontaneously decide, you know what, I'm going to get that thing off my bucket list. I'm going to take that trip. I'm going to do that, whatever that thing is. The message here is, go ahead. That's okay. Just keep your perspective, keep balance, understand that there may be slowdowns or there may be delays. And you know what? We often think of delays as sort of a disappointment or something went wrong. But very often, one of my favorite expressions to remember is that rejection is protection. And so sometimes it may very well be that this delay or disappointing news or slowdown ultimately ends up serving a higher and better purpose for you. And with the Three of Pentacles following, it's reminding you that things are going to move forward. They're going to continue to move forward in a way that brings you, abundance and happiness. It brings you, the resources that you need or require. But even sometimes when things start really fast, at some point, there needs to be a balancing or regulating to allow things to fall into their place so that they can move forward towards that more successful ending. All right. and this lovely minty green. Okay, we're starting off with the Ten of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, the Devil, and the Page of Pentacles. All right, so this is sort of kind of interesting. All right, so the Ten of Pentacles is about um abundance. It can very often have to do with property, inheritance. It can have to do with, financial blessings. It can have to do with, financial stability within the family. Six of Wands talks about recognition. It talks about a victory. It talks about ultimately things working out in a way that brings the results that you want. The Devil is here as a cautionary note, to sort of not um, get so wrapped up in the success, in the abundance, that decisions are made that perhaps are not serving your highest purpose, or are not moving forward in a way that you really want, that there's unanticipated or unintended results. I have always said that the devil, to me, if you spell devil backwards, it's lived, okay? And so, very often when I see a devil card, it really doesn't have that connotation of, evil, or even very often it will talk about addictions, or some sort of like an unhealthy bonding or that kind of thing. And that absolutely can be it. But sometimes it's just about making choices that cause us to live our life in a way that moves away from our highest intentions and our highest purpose. Now, the Page of Pentacles here is assuring you that ultimately there is going to be, good news coming. So you're starting off in a place, where there is this abundance that needs to be dealt with or sorted through. You know, this honestly, the energy of this very much can remind me of perhaps there is a will that is needing to be probated, something legal like that, that has to do with funds, has to do with inheritances. Perhaps it looks very good from the beginning, and perhaps you may be the executor. You may be having to deal with this. Understand that there could be delays. There could be things that need to be sorted out and worked out. And ultimately, you sort of circle back to that, good news pertaining to finances and abundance. But there is this sense that despite the good news and despite the victory, there is a cautionary tale here that things are not allowed to sort of get out of hand, or even, don't um don't spend what isn't in your pocket. Don't celebrate in a way that puts risk or danger. All right, because on either end of this, you have good news, you have the stability, you have financial blessings, you have the victory here. But don't forget this cautionary note. Just because um, there is some good financial fortune coming your way, it does not mean that you fritter it away, or not think clearly about how you're going to make those resources really, really work for you and continue to put you in that position where you are victorious in terms of your own financial stability moving forward. That's what I know about that. Thank you so very, very much for being here this week. It's hard to believe that we're actually at the beginning of February already. Enjoy the week ahead, and I look forward to seeing you right back here next week. Bye bye for now.